Hello there. You're listening to Shaff Dives You Crazy podcast.
Welcome to another episode of Shaff Dives You Crazy. Today's guest is one of the most unique voices in the dive world, equal parts tech diver, content creator, and certified meme queen. You might know her as Laura the Dive Meme on Instagram, where she combines deep dives and deep laughs. Our story goes back to 2022 when I was doing my 50-hour scuba dive, when she turned one of my photos into a meme that still gets messages on my DMs. But we finally met in person this year, and guess what? She's even cooler and way more sarcastic in real life. Laura is here to talk dive life, freezing lakes versus warm water, sharks, eagle race, Bandos Island madness, and why divers take themselves way too seriously sometimes. So, let's dive in. Welcome to the show, Laura.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
So, okay, this is gonna be a fun episode, I guess.
I hope so.
Okay, so first, let's rewind back to 2022.
Okay.
So you saw my 50-hour dive photo with the burger.
Yeah, that's the year. Okay, I was already wondering what was in 2022.
So what exactly made you turn that photo into a meme?
Well, first of all, it was a funny picture, right? And it was something completely different from what you would expect as an underwater picture or a picture in general. I didn't expect to see a picture like this on Instagram. So when I found it in my Explore page, of course, it got my attention. And I thought, this has to be a meme. This is too epic to remain silent somewhere.
And how many reactions did you get or likes as soon as you posted that? Do you remember?
Oh, you asked me too much. To be very honest, I don't know. I know it was also really appreciated by my community, but I cannot tell you the exact number.
And then finally we met in person.
Yes, that was crazy. It took so long.
And we had the burger finally.
Yeah, we couldn't have something else.
Yeah, that was a good one. It was really nice meeting you finally in
Yes.
person. And I never expect, like, a lot of people message on Instagram and, let's collaborate, let's do this, let's do that. But I never expected that meme you made would make us good friends.
Yes.
Did you ever expect that?
Look, I have a very weird style. I think on my page, I just go with the flow with my mood. If I see something and I get the idea, then I turn it into a meme. And I think this is also unexpected for me what will come next, actually, because I just get inspired and then do it right away. And it was the same for your picture. I saw it, it was perfect, and it made me think, okay, in my age, people are starting to get married or engaged. Some are having kids already. Everybody has already everything figured out, a house, a job, everything. And I am just here thinking about food and diving. And that picture was just both of them together. It was perfect.
I've been here in Switzerland since 2019, end of September 2009. And I don't have that many friends yet because it's Switzerland. You know how it is to make friends here.
Yeah, I know. It's impossible.
And then, look, we've become good friends through that meme. So that's something positive out of that.
Yes, I loved it because it was definitely not planned and
Yeah,
it just brought us together. And
yeah,
I mean, I'm doing memes and reaching a audience a bit from everywhere in the world. And what are the odds that I see your picture and you're living in Switzerland and we're just basically neighbors?
Yeah, living close by.
Yeah.
20, 25 minutes away. That's good enough.
Yes.
And now we got to plan for a dive together.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Can't wait for it.
So tell me, how did you first fall into diving? Was it love at first breath?
Yes, I assume, but to be honest, I don't really remember. I'm really lucky. I was born in a family of divers. So
Okay.
my father is an instructor, and I have siblings, and we all dive. I don't think we had another chance to do something else. Like there is no hobby for us other than that. No, I'm kidding. But we were kind of introduced to the underwater world by my father. And of course, my mom was diving too, and my uncle is a really hardcore diver, I would say, my own too. So it was really, I couldn't escape. And as soon as I was able to swim a bit, they just put a regulator in my mouth and told me, okay, let's go. And that was it. And then I started. And to be very honest, as a kid, I only partially liked diving. I don't think I ever shared this with anyone, but actually I was a bit traumatized because, Switzerland is really cold. And even if it's warm in the summer at the surface, maybe you get water with 20, 25 degrees Celsius.
Yeah,
But as soon as you dive deeper than like 10 meters, is it getting
it's
cold
colder.
like in winter? Yes, it's freezing. And as a kid with a wetsuit, I didn't like that. I liked diving itself, and I loved absolutely when we were going on holidays, dive at the sea and see the fish and the coral, the colors in decent warm water. But in the lake, it's dark. Most of the time, you don't have good visibility, and it's cold. So yeah, I was not sure I liked it actually. I thought, yeah, it's cool. I kind of want to do it, but do we really need to go this weekend? Yeah. And then I grew up, got a bit more resistant, I guess, against cold, and started loving it. Yeah, I couldn't live without now.
I know the feeling about diving in Switzerland. It kind of, sometimes I've planned on weekends
Hmm.
to go and it's like wake up in the morning and say, do I really need to go and put all these equipment and
Yeah.
jump in and be cold for
Yeah.
45 minutes? And then I cancel it.
At least I was born in it.
Yeah.
But you are from the Maldives. I mean, that paradise, and it's warm and it's beautiful. So I really cannot imagine the shock for you.
The other thing is that I don't get cold that easily, but still,
Lucky you.
it's like, it's, it's not the cold that annoys me.
Yeah.
It's the amount of equipment that I have to wear.
Yeah, it's really heavy.
The thermal, then
Yeah.
another undergarment, then the dry suit, dry
Hmm.
gloves,
Hmm.
hood, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's just annoying. I'm somebody who was used to wearing board shorts, race guards, put on a BCD and just put on the equipment, jump in, go down.
Yeah.
Not have all these gear.
Yeah. That, by the way, is also heavy to manage because then you're in the water. Of course, it's a bit less heavy than outside, but still, when you need to turn, you really realize the weight you have on your back. And yeah, not my
Yeah.
favorite either.
And yeah, and my dry suit leaked once
Oh no.
underwater. So at about 40 meters, I was like flooded up to my knees.
No.
Yeah, and shivering.
Why? Did you forget a valve or
Yeah,
something?
the P valve, the outlet was not fully closed.
No.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. By the time I came up, I was shivering like crazy.
Well, you know what they say, diving with a dry suit is the most expensive way to get wet.
Yeah, I know. And it flooded once last year, again in Malta, but it was warm.
It's different.
Yeah, so it didn't matter to
hmm
me. Yeah, so that was all right. So your first dive was in Switzerland, and after
Yes.
that, where was the first tropical dive?
I would say semi-tropical, not really tropical, but Mediterranean Sea.
Okay.
We used to go a lot to Italy because it's really close to Switzerland and it has already a really beautiful dive site.
Hmm.
So we were going in the summer there, and then we traveled a bit around. We went also to the Red Sea, and there I was still a kid, so I just remember a few. Actually, I should go back. And and then I went to the Maldives, and that was love at first sight, really. Like, I know many people say there are other places in the world with more corals, or it's true, it's a bit dead sometimes in the Maldives, but just like the whole experience, to be on an island
Hmm.
and just you don't need shoes anymore for 2 weeks. How amazing is it? And then you're just the whole time in the water. Like,
Yeah.
I used to dive in the morning and snorkel in the afternoon. I was basically just living in the water.
When did you know that this would become more than just a hobby?
um, I guess around 5 years ago,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
I had pretty late actually, because with 18 I left my I left Ticino
Hmm.
and I went up like in the northern part of Switzerland to study. And then during these years, I really couldn't dive much. I was so busy studying and it was in another language, and oh, it was so much to do the whole time. So I really just dived maybe a couple of times per year and on holidays.
Hmm.
Also there I had very few chances to go away. And then as I finished and I finally got much more time also for myself because I started working, so I just had to do that, right? I didn't need to do extra hours. Um, I started diving again, and there I think I was mature enough to realize the beauty of diving also, despite the cold, the bad visibility, blah blah blah, all the stuff. So there I really started going a lot. And I started diving with a dry suit because actually not even 2 years ago, I was diving wet and I really love the feeling of water on the skin, absolutely. But it doesn't allows you to stay underwater for a long time, especially in winter. And yeah, in 4 degrees water, it's difficult to stay more than half an hour without freezing.
Yeah.
And as I started going a bit more, I thought it was now time for me to buy a dry suit. And I got my first dry suit and it changed my life. Like, I jumped in the water, my feet were warm. How amazing is this? It was such a cool feeling. I just couldn't wait to do it again, like I really got addicted there. I loved it before, but after it was, yeah, it's not a word.
And how do you juggle between diving, making these clips for YouTube and memes, and then your work?
Well,
Is it difficult? Like plan ahead? And I know Swiss people love to plan everything in advance.
well, I have a normal job, let's call it like this, an 9 to 5 job. So this is absolutely my priority. But I love to share content on Instagram. So actually what I do on Instagram is just for fun and is basically just for myself. I like to share my fails and memes and some content that can be also educational for some people. So I I really like to do that and I do it in my free time. So it's basically a sort of hobby, if you will. Um, you know, sometimes it's difficult to organize a dive because, as I said, actually, I was living in the south of Switzerland, but now most of the time I'm up in the northern part, and then my gear is split. in these two different places. So I always need to organize where I will be next, because especially the heavy stuff are very difficult to transport otherwise. And then I need to work for my buddy too, that most of the time is my father. So during the week is difficult because especially I'm not around, or like I'm several hours away from home. But during the weekend, sometimes we do that. And then I love to take pictures and video during the dives. Of course, a bit less beautiful than the videos you can take in a tropical destination, but I still like to do it. And then sometimes there is something funny inside or something beautiful that I can use. And I just have a phone full of pictures and videos. And then sometimes I just get an idea and chop everything together. Yeah. So
Okay.
I think as long as it stays a hobby, something I do for fun, it's going to be easy to manage. Because if one day I don't have time to post or I don't feel inspired, it's not a problem. Because I don't need to do it for anyone else. Yes.
Yeah, true. So you've gone from an open water, from like a recreational diver to tech diving.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
How did that happen?
um,
Is it because of your aunt, right? Uncle and aunt?
half.
Half. Okay.
um, I have to admit, I was never really purely recreational. Um, my father, my uncle, they all dive technical
Mm-hmm.
since a lifetime. So when they were like when my father was getting me my first year and stuff, it was already a bit with a direction to the technical diving. Of course, when I was younger, I also couldn't, because my certification didn't allow that, go deeper than a certain, like
Mm-hmm.
40 meters, whatever. But I was already doing deco dives, and I was already diving with nitrox. And they taught me how to clip everything that was so important, and the buoyancy and all this stuff. Oh, every time we were doing exercise, we were doing this mask in the cold water. Yeah, so I already had a tendency to go into technical stuff, and then I tried ice diving,
Mm-hmm.
and I decided also more or less simultaneously, or just some months before, to really improve my skills. And I took this course. It's a CMAS course. It's called Advanced and Technical Skills. And it's basically something, it doesn't allow you to do more or different things. It's just, let's say, a certification that improves your skills. So what you already know how to do, you just do it better.
That's important.
Yes, I think it's so important and so underestimated. And I see that if you just want to, when you're on holiday, go and see some turtles, then you don't really need it. You just need to, be comfortable in the water and know what you're doing, of course. But then you don't really need. But for the conditions I dive in, especially when you're diving in black waters and it's cold and your gear could freeze and you could lose your body really easily when you don't even see your hands. So it was rather for
Yeah.
myself. For me, I wanted to be more secure about my skills, finning techniques, and like all the drills, like the valve drill, the safety drill, and all this stuff we had to train, right? So it was rather, it was really just for me. I did it for myself.
That's good. It's like something that I notice is once you become some people, once they become a dive master or an instructor, they just don't try and learn other skills. They don't try to improve or learn from other people. That's something really frequently that I see now
Yeah,
with these up and coming dive masters and instructors.
yeah,
They should really do these courses.
yeah. Not for anyone else or a piece of paper, really for
Yeah,
yourself to, hopefully nothing will ever happen, but you cannot know it. It's like people
yeah,
that tell me they dive with an octopus in cold waters. Look, everybody does what they want, but
Yeah.
I want to be sure that if one of my Rex freezes, I have a plan B. And
Yeah.
actually, it happened to me once. My second stage, by the way, froze. Not even the first, that is actually more likely. So, anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, it froze, and I was ready to respond to it, and
Yeah.
I had a second regulator, a second first stage, and nothing happened, but it could have been so much worse.
Yeah, I know. I haven't tried ice diving yet. Maybe next season I should join you.
You should, absolutely. It's actually really beautiful.
But it depends, like when I'm doing the Across Maldives. So
Yeah,
we still haven't decided on a date, but
yeah.
so that all depends from that.
Yeah, two very different kind of dives, yeah.
Yeah, I know. And it's funny, now we are both Fourth Element ambassadors. No, you
Yeah.
recently became an ambassador.
Yeah, I think there are so many coincidences. It's just the word is so small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you like the best about Fourth Element?
Um, One thing I think I should point out for the people who don't know me, I never collaborate with brands I don't align with. Like, I turn down requests from people advertising, for example, these small tanks, like I think it's so dangerous for people that have no idea what they're doing. So,
Oh yeah, those.
like, the idea is actually really cool, but there are too many people that actually don't know how to use it, and it could get dangerous. So I'd rather not advertise something that could put someone in danger, or something that has no quality and just want to sell. So what I really love of Fourth Element absolutely is their quality and their values. They try to do as much as possible from recycled materials and to have the lowest impact on environment. And I mean, we are divers and we need to face it. We do have a footprint.
Yeah,
Like, you cannot buy your gear or do a dive and thinking you don't have an impact. Everything we do has, right?
yeah,
So I think what is important is be aware of it and try to minimize it.
yeah. And their gear is awesome. Like I've been using it, I don't know, since I got introduced to Fourth Element in 2006.
Okay.
Yeah, been using ever since, and they have been supporting me and my crazy dives since since 2016.
Yes, I'm really happy with them. And I'm sorry to tell this, but they make the warmest stuff you can wear under a dry suit. Like, I've
Exactly.
never been cold anymore. And I get wet every time, I tell you. And I really need to change this. I'm just too lazy. And, it was new. And I thought, yeah, I can do one more dive with it. But I think maybe next year I change it in a silicone
What do you have right now? Neoprene.
neoprene. Yes,
Okay.
but I have a
Yeah.
very tiny neck, and no matter how few I rotate my head, it will always leak. And I come out wet, right? And I'm not cold. I'm not. There is no chance. And I love it. It's just so warm.
Yeah. You should change. I changed because the neoprene seal on the neck, it didn't hold for me as well. So I changed into a silicone one.
Yeah, most of the people I talk to who tried the neoprene neck are not so happy about it. The few that actually for which actually work are super excited because it doesn't choke you, right? And it's a bit warmer. But hey, if I'm wearing Fourth Element below, I don't even need a warmer neck.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been using the J2 and the Zero Therm
Mhm,
as base layers, and it's kept me warm. Like we dived, me and Michelle dived in Finland in winter, I'd say October,
mhm.
in the mines of Finland, and
Oh,
we didn't have any heating,
yeah.
but it kept us warm. warm
Beautiful.
enough to finish and come up from the dive.
Yeah.
More than 1.5 hours on each dive, so that's good.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yes, that's long. That's long time in the water.
yeah,
No, I think what people forget is actually it needs to keep you warm during the dive, but also afterwards.
yeah,
Because
exactly.
when you come out now, for example, for ice diving, it's like this: you have 5 people during each dive, 2 that do the dive, and then 2 fully dressed, ready to jump in, already like with the tank, everything, ready to intervene if something happens, and then 1 person outside that keeps the rope. And then you rotate, right? And if you have several groups, you can stay also several hours outside
Yeah,
before and after your dive
yeah.
until everybody went. So you are after the dive wet, you have wet hairs
Not
and
me. I
good and
don't.
have hair. But I do have long hair, so they're wet and they can keep cold. So it's really important to be warm also for this. You cannot jump in the water and be already cold, or come outside and then freeze and not be able to jump in again if somebody's needing you. So
And talking about diving in Switzerland, yeah.
mhm.
So cold water, limited visibility. What makes diving here in Switzerland beautiful?
Well, I think usually, even with the worst visibility, as soon as you pass the 25 meters, 30 in the worst case, you have clear water. It's beautiful. And I really love the morphology of our lakes. In certain parts, you can also see some cliffs, and it's, I think, really beautiful to see. Of course, you cannot come here and expect to see fish or colors. It's gonna be everything like brown or gray, like stones, right? But it can be really beautiful also to see. And you can also dive in rivers. And in Ticino, for example, in the south, there are really beautiful rivers with really blue water. And of course, it's a different kind of dive because you can have a bit of current. You need to pay attention. You need to go in the proper places. So if you never dived in Switzerland, please ask someone local if you can dive in that part of the river. It could get dangerous. But otherwise, the water is really clear and the dive is really shallow because it's just a couple of meters, right? Maximum 10 meters, not more. But because it's so clear and there is current, there is no deposit. So it's really beautiful and you really see the stones and the colors of the stones that come out. It's really, really amazing.
I've seen a lot of frogs when I was diving in the lakes.
Frogs?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Okay, this never happened. I did see jellyfish though.
in the lake.
Yes, they say they don't sting. I don't want to try, but there are like really tiny jellyfish in the very south of Switzerland.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of crayfish.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tiny
Yeah.
ones. Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
yeah.
And in summer, in late summer especially, when you have all the small fishes that swim at the
Hmm.
surface in huge groups in huge schools, is actually really cute.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it. And you can also go for a wreck.
Yeah, that is in Bodensee, no? That's a bit far
Yes.
for me.
Yes. Yes.
Right now, it's a bit far.
Yeah. There are smaller ones also around.
Yeah. But I have to start getting ready for across Maldives, so I'll be doing some.
Mhm.
I need to get some hours up on the rebreather, so
Yeah.
jump in.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know where to go now.
Yeah, Lake of Zurich. Find some trash. Come on.
That's also a good thing, yes.
So, what hit you the hardest, or the first time you dived in the Maldives? Like sharks, rays, and all these fish.
Difficult to choose. There is so much going on there. And it can be the most boring dive probably for you, but there is still so much. I'm not used to it, you know? I'm used to stones. Already like seeing more than one fish. It's incredible. And I think every dive site has something to offer, something different. For example, my favorite animal are eagle rays. And I think no matter how many I see, I will always be the same excited. They are so peaceful. They just, you maybe feel the current and are struggling to stay on the same place, and they do move, and it looks so effortless. They are so peaceful. And then this year I dived for the first time with tiger sharks, and it was crazy. A completely different feeling. You realize how small you are.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
And you landed in the Maldives the day I left.
Yeah, that's another funny coincidence.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man. How many dives did you do at the shark place near Mali?
4, I
4.
think.
Okay.
Yeah, because when they bring you to Shark Tank, you do both morning dives there because there's so much to see. Yeah, they are both worth it. Totally. And I think I did it twice, so 4 times. I still hope for the hammerhead. I'm gonna have to go back. Didn't
I'll
see.
send you a photo.
Thank you.
I saw it.
Wow.
I did the dive the day before I flew. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And I saw the hammerhead.
So I was just very unlucky then.
What's something that warm water divers or tropical water divers could learn from cold water divers, or vice versa?
I think training in cold waters teaches you much more because you don't see anything and it's cold and you need to deal with a very different setup as well. And all this gear is true, you're in the water, but you cannot underestimate the weight and how complex it is to use the exact same instrument with gloves. Like, seriously, it makes a difference. So you really need more time probably to train. I don't know. I unfortunately didn't have the chance to train in warm water, but you need your time. You need to be secure on what you're doing. You need to be 100% confident in the water with your gear, with the gear of your body, because if something happens, you need to deal with that too. And I think in warm waters, they have the luxus of seeing, like doing this at night or like also at 2 in the afternoon, but down there is no light, right? So it's like
Yeah,
doing a night dive every single time.
I know.
Changes a lot. You need to constantly be aware of where your body is and what's going on. And yeah, I need to say when I go to the sea, I really love it because it's more relaxed.
Yeah.
You can swim apart also a couple of meters and still see them. You shouldn't anyways because you need to be close to your body, but and
Who cares?
no. I, I'm Swiss. I like to follow the rules. No, I I think being able to see also the bottom, for example, is makes everything easier.
Yeah.
When you resurface, for example, in the blue, also at the sea, and you don't have a reference, it's much more difficult to keep the same height, and everything is much more difficult, right? So I think they have this advantage, but of course, they have other problems. Like, for example, currents. I'm not so
Uh-huh.
used to currents because in the lake, I mean, everybody, when I started posting memes of me with my mask on the forehead, everybody was saying, "No, this you cannot do." Then a wave come. I was like, "What wave?
What wave?
Have you seen my lake?" He's like, "It's a soup. There is
Yeah.
no waves. There is no visibility, but there is no wave." So yeah, they are more used to this kind of surface conditions that we don't need to deal with. Maybe also hazardous life because
Yeah.
we don't have dangerous jellyfish or aggressive animals in the water. We don't have them in the water. We don't have anything in the water, so it's also easier.
Aggressive animals. Oh, I
And
know what you
Yeah,
The triggerfish,
it's
the
the trigger.
titan.
It's always the trigger mission.
Yeah, it's always the triggerfish,
Ah,
especially on Bandos.
no, I respect them, but I'm happy to swim far away from them. I don't need to go close. Yeah.
So, one of your favorite islands, Bandos Island Resort.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and Dive Bandos are a place that's very special to me, very dear to my heart.
Yeah.
So, what's your most memorable experience on Bandos, and why do you love it so much?
Bandos is perfect for the kind of holidays I like to do because first of all it's really close to the airport, so in 15 minutes you're there. And this might not seem a problem when you're arriving and you're excited for your holidays, but when you need to leave and you need to get up at 3 in the morning to take an internal flight and then still do a 11 hours flight or 10 hours flight to go back, it does make a difference. Like some people I knew were actually on the same flight to go back. We went separately, we booked separately. We didn't know that we were both going to the Maldives in more or less the same period. And then we found out that we were on the same flight to go back. And they wrote us, I think it was like 8 in the morning. They wrote us, hey, we're already at the airport. Where are you guys? I was still in my room closing my luggage. I was like, yeah, we're coming, right? So this is just so relaxed from the beginning till the end. I like to not have to stress them for the whole travel or catch a flight and everything. It needs to be relaxed from the beginning till the end. And then it's such a cute island. Sorry, it's not too big actually. Um, so you don't have cars and you don't need a bike. You can just walk for like 5 minutes and you finish the longest part of the island. So everything is really close and everywhere to his beach where you can then just enter the water. I think all of this together is just perfect. And to be honest, of all islands I've seen, okay, that sounds like I have pretty much experience with Maldives. I don't. I saw 4 other islands, but of all the ones I saw, this was the one with the most beautiful house rate. Easily accessible, safe because there is no current or boat bringing your head away. Like it's really safe. Also, for example, for families, if you have kids and you want to let them snorkel, you don't need watch over them. You just let them go, right? And it offers everything. Like my boyfriend, he tried scuba diving, wasn't as excited as I was and didn't dive when we were there, but we were always snorkeling together. And at some point during these holidays, he asked me, sorry, but what would I see more by diving? Would it be worth it for me to go diving? Honestly, nothing. You couldn't see anything more by diving. Maybe some bigger sharks, but seriously, we saw a huge stingray just in like a meter of water. We saw octopus. We saw the turtle. There is always a turtle there, and you know exactly where to find her, and she's always there. It's like 100%. And you see sharks. You see all kind of fish. You even see the clownfish that are so cute. Sorry. So
Yeah.
you really see everything. We even saw lobsters by snorkeling.
Night snorkeling or just during the day?
During the day.
Okay.
And once we even saw a lobster from the bar, like there is a sunset bar.
Yeah.
Um, eh,
It's next to the dive
from
center.
there, I was drinking my drink and I saw like the two antenna. I was going, wait a minute, that's a lobster. Like you didn't
Are
even
you
need
sure?
the
Are
water.
you sure?
Yes, because I went check the day after.
Because you were drinking, so maybe.
No, no. No, I was sober. I was sober. Yes.
Dive Bandos, I have so many good memories from there, and the team is so good.
The team is amazing. I really love these guys. They were so helpful the whole time and really kind with everybody. And they communicated clearly what they were expecting, what we could expect, all the safety rules. Like, really, you felt safe.
Yeah.
I I have anxiety, so if I say that, trust me, you're gonna feel safe.
Yeah. You said you are like, you don't like to stress, you like to,
Yes.
it's like, because it's closer to the airport, you can pack your luggage without any stress. Is that why you forgot your wetsuit?
I was hoping you wouldn't bring
Yeah.
this up. Okay, no. Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Uh-huh.
Now this is embarrassing. So, of course, the dive center is open during the day and closes at night, like every normal dive center. And I knew this. I was there 2 weeks. I knew exactly when they were closing. But of course, last day I couldn't exit the water 5 minutes before from my snorkeling. And after a very long snorkeling, I look at my watch and think, okay, now I need to run. So I run to the dive center, took all my stuff, like, the mask and the BCD and everything I left there from the dive in the morning, and check twice also around my my box, and nothing is there. So I'm like, okay, perfect. Now I leave. And the guys were already closing. They were so kind. They just let me in still. Well, that. People don't believe this when I say I'm Swiss, because they think I'm always on time. I'm never on time. I try, but I cannot. And then in the morning, I close everything because some stuff was still a bit wet. So I let them outside to properly dry, close my luggage, leave my room, check twice that nothing is in the room, really. And then I fly home, and then I empty my luggage. Then almost a week goes by, and I don't know how, but suddenly I'm just laying in my bed, and every time I was closing my eyes, I still could see the fish and the snorkeling, and somehow this thought just popped in my mind, and I realized, oh my god, I didn't unpack the wetsuit. I thought, no, that's not possible. Like, come on, who forgets the wetsuit, right?
Yeah.
Like, how can you forget the wetsuit? So I run to my stuff. I check everywhere, and the more I look, the more I keep remembering I never picked it from the dive center, and then it was really clear I forgot it there. So I immediately wrote you and a guy from Dive Bandos, and I told him I think my suit is hanging there, and he exactly where, and he found it exactly there. So, well.
Yeah, should be after 2.5 weeks.
Oh, this is so embarrassing. And then you really somehow managed to get it back. I don't know how you did that.
Yeah, I had, Julia, one of my friends from
Yes.
Germany, she works on one of the other resorts for Eurodivers, actually.
Hmm.
So I asked her if she knew somebody who
Hmm.
could like bring it over. So she found someone and
Yeah.
got it
Oh,
down.
thank you, Julia. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Yes.
Yeah, that was,
Made a better work trip than I did.
yeah.
Seriously.
So that's good.
I'm so happy it's back, and I feel so silly. Because for a moment I thought I could just tell the guys to leave it there for next time I go there, and then I thought, no, don't do this. You don't know when you will have so much time again.
Yeah, never know. Yeah. Would you dive with, well, eagle rays are your favorite.
Yes.
So sharks, eagle rays, or mantas?
Do I need to pick one?
Yeah, I know you're gonna pick eagle rays. So
Yeah.
okay, so no eagle ray. Let's say sharks, manta, or turtle.
Oh, this is mean. Hmm. Okay, what kind of sharks? Because it's
Ah,
important.
aha. Uh, tigers, hammerheads.
Then I would try hammerheads because I didn't see them yet. The mantas, the mantas are really beautiful. It's just so different. Can I have both in the same dive? That would be perfect. Turtles, I love turtles. I am really happy when I see one. But I think I saw a bit more in my life, so I would still go for the sharks and the mud. What would you think?
Me, uh,
Yeah,
I've seen too many, but one of my favorite animals in the ocean is the manta.
they're beautiful. Yeah.
So graceful, and they're intelligent as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when I ran my dive centers at all scuba, the logo is the manta.
Ah,
Yeah.
it's your spirit animal.
Yep.
Beautiful. I see we're not so different. Eagle rays are just a smaller version of what
Yeah. Smaller version, tiny version.
with dots. I love the dots.
Yeah. And what's one misconception tourists or divers have about diving in the Maldives?
Cool. I think maybe, but this is just my hypothesis that people see videos and pictures and promises of seeing certain things at certain dive sites, and then they expect they can go there and just see it. But
Hmm.
of course, the chances are there, right? You have a pretty high chance of seeing certain things if you go to certain places, but they're still wild animals, and I think people need to understand you cannot just order them or book them like you booked your
Yeah.
yes. So you need to be patient. Maybe a dive doesn't turn out as you wanted to. Like, for example, for 4 times I really hoped to see the hammerhead. I didn't, and it's okay. They were extremely beautiful anyways. I saw so many other things. And maybe this is also the beautiful thing about diving, that you cannot plan really everything.
Yeah, it's not a zoo, no?
No, 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 it's much better because you
Yeah.
just swim with them. So it's basically like you are in the aquarium, right?
Yeah.
But then it's a big aquarium, so they they can hide.
And if you had to pick one dive site in the Maldives to dive every day for a year, which one would it be and why?
Aquarium. I didn't even need to think about that. Aquarium is my absolute favorite
Really?
dive in the world. Yeah.
Why?
You just put your head below the surface and you see everything. It's so full of school of fishes and so many species are there, and it's a different feeling than seeing, for example, one shark, or the mantas were super beautiful. We saw several of them together. But then you were there for the mantas, right? The reef itself was just beautiful. But in aquarium, you everywhere you look, you have fish, you have life. And it's somehow so active, there is something going on everywhere, but still so quiet because it's underwater and there is no noise. It's just I cannot describe it. You need to dive it. It's perfect.
Okay. So your little bio in Instagram says
Yes.
once you go techie, you never go Becky.
Yeah, it's true. Like I'm hoping
Yeah,
to change
I
it.
know. I like that one.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I noticed it really on the boat in the Maldives. I was getting dressed and everybody else was just normal. They were normal, mentally healthy people. And I wasn't. I was missing my pockets and my earrings, and I wanted to clip everything. And I had a knife. I couldn't dive with a knife. Like if something would have happened, nothing would have happened there. And not with this team. Sorry, it was so good, so professional. But somehow I felt naked without all my stuff, and yeah. So it's really true. And now I dive with a dry suit, also in the Mediterranean Sea, when other normal people are diving with a wetsuit. It's just it changes your mentality completely. You cannot change it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I did 4 dives last February in normal scuba without the
Mhm.
rebreather, and it felt kind of like, I don't know,
Yeah,
naked. Yeah, like you said.
it's not. You have everything you need. You don't need
Yeah,
more than. But somehow it's. Ah.
yeah. Oh, I forgot. You're also an ambassador with CMAS Switzerland, right?
Yes.
How did that come up?
Well, CMAS certified.
Yeah, I mean,
um,
yeah, I know.
yes, I did all my certifications and with CMAS, and I really like their educational system. I think it's really important to not sell the piece of paper, but to really train divers to be ready for every condition. And I really like that CMAS, as other agencies, of course, is really trying to get quality divers at the end of the certification. So, yeah, I really want to support that. And I was in contact with, I mean, we're in Switzerland, it's small and you know people, and then you talk with these people, and you realize that actually you want to be their voice, right? CMAS is really small
Yeah.
compared to Putty or bigger agencies. So I think what they do is important, is good, and more people should know about it. So I have a voice and I want to use it for this.
Oh, that's really nice. I like how CMAS and the British one, BSAC, how
Mhm.
they train their open water divers. It's not just in 4 days, then you're a certified diver, you know?
I understand that if you're on holiday and you just want to go diving, you cannot
Yeah,
spend 2 months on a certification. It doesn't make sense, right?
yeah, I know that where it comes.
But on the other side, I think it's really important to get people who know what they're doing in the water. Otherwise, you will always have people standing on the reef and getting in troubles just because they don't know how to manage their things.
Talking of open water divers, you made I know I think now you know what I'm gonna say. You had a reel on your Instagram on June 2nd that said
Okay.
wrong answers only, open water diver edition. What was
Ah,
that about?
yes, it's because nobody would understand Diver 1. So, yeah. But this applies, of course, to everybody at the certification level. It's just when you start, and it's okay to make mistakes and be overweight and keep a proper trim, a proper buoyancy. You learn this with the time, and it's also not a problem. So, this was actually meant for everybody at this level, not just for a buddy.
Okay. And what's something about you that would surprise your followers on Instagram?
I need to think about that. Um, I'm really transparent with my followers because I mean what they give back, right? As when they comment or they send me funny messages, I just love to be in contact with them. So I'm also very open with them, and I tell them like about my dive, or if something went wrong, I'm the first one to make a joke about it. I don't know what could surprise them, but I am not Italian. I get this a lot. I'm Swiss. I
Yeah.
don't speak Italian as mother tongue. um, my native language is Italian, and I learned German and English, a bit of French, but I didn't use it in a long time. So it doesn't count anymore.
Yeah.
and I am a biologist, actually. I did a study.
Interesting.
Yes.
And when you're not making memes about diving, what fills your time?
Except diving, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I really love plants actually. So I love doing gardening and take care of them on the balcony. I love cooking. I'm a very boring people. I'm sorry. But I really love good food. So I also like to prepare it and spend time in the kitchen. And hmm, I think that's it. It doesn't leave me much more free time.
Do you still keep a dive log?
I shouldn't be saying this. I try to.
You
um,
try to. Even
I
me, I try to, but
look. I have no excuse. What I'm doing is wrong. I would love to manage to really record all the dives. I just sometimes forget, and then I just don't have the patience to go back and check everything. So I just keep it and log the next one. But I am really trying to work on this because logging dives is really important. Seriously, maybe I should do a video about this because it's
maybe you should
underrated.
see. No, I stopped at one point and then again I started and
Yeah,
I stopped again and now I'm back on it.
yeah. No, it's really important, and I wish I were better at this. Especially now, I have my beautiful logbook. I love the printed logbooks, even
Mhm.
though I have a shearwater, so actually my dives are safe there. But it's not the same. Like I
Yeah.
love writing on paper, and yeah, just love it.
And if you want to go to one destination, non diving, okay,
Okay.
what would that place be? Somewhere you just want to go and disconnect from diving and reset.
I think I would love once in my life to go to Iceland and make like take a camper or something and make a tour there. Mm, Yeah, just just me, my boyfriend, and nature, untouched nature.
don't don't go near a volcano.
No, okay. I really have to keep that in mind. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So you've already built a global following. What's next? Are you planning any big dive expeditions series? I know you have a series on YouTube.
Yes, I started a little podcast. It's again more for me having fun talking to my followers, to my community. And I talk really about a bit everything, especially scuba though. But
Anything else planned?
other than diving with you mean?
Diving with me. That's yeah, that we need to plan.
Yeah, we do. No, not really. At the moment, I'm still trying to get everything working. My new YouTube channel and still going on with Instagram and remaining also sane because I don't want to get burnout or stuff like this. I don't really have big plans. I think what I appreciate the most now it's having a bit of quiet, and when I can have a slow morning, I'm just really happy. I am just enjoying these little things for now.
And are you
But if
gonna
I
help
can
me?
dream,
Huh? What?
if I can dream, then I would love to dive a big wreck like the Haven in Italian in Italy.
Okay. Okay.
It's not difficult. I could even do it with air, compressed air, but I would like first to do a trimix course and really enjoy it when I'm fully certified to see it a bit.
It's better to be safe.
Yes, that would be not too far in the future, probably.
And are you gonna help me promote my Across Maldives project through your
Absolutely.
Well, I gave you the t-shirt, so you better do it.
Yeah, I just do it for the t-shirt. No, I think what you guys do is it's really great. It's important, and I want to support you. I unfortunately won't be able to join you on the event itself because I'm working.
Of your work. Yeah.
But I would like to do what I can from here, right?
And I still need to get your boyfriend the t-shirt. Otherwise, he
Oh,
might.
yeah, he was so jealous. As soon as I'm like, "Oh, this is so cool. I want one too."
No, I'll get him one. I'm waiting for
He's gonna be
somebody to come from Maldives who can
okay.
get it to me.
Oh yeah.
And Laura, one last question before we end.
Yeah.
Ready?
Okay. Yes.
Uh-oh. If you could die with anyone, living or passed away, who would it be and where?
Okay, where it's pretty clear. I'm gonna start from there. I would say aquarium Maldives.
Okay.
Absolutely. And I never thought about that.
Huh.
On one side, I'm tempted to say Cousteau because I mean,
I knew it. I knew it.
but on the other hand, they say never meet your hero, right?
Yeah.
So, so maybe no. But I have the sister of my grandma is
Hmm.
actually the girl who brought scuba diving in my region, and she was a pioneer. And I am surprised she survived certain kind of dives. I heard her stories. Like,
Wow.
how did they go down with? No, it's not possible. You know, and they came back alive. So I think I would love to do a dive with her there and
Wow.
show her how different it is from our lakes and the kind of gear we use. I mean, it must be much more comfy for her to dive with the stuff and safer. So yeah, I will go with her.
Nice. Hey, Laura, thank you for coming on the podcast and proving that dive memes are an art form. And that
Thank
and
you.
that serious divers like us can be seriously hilarious too when we need to.
Absolutely. It's important to remember, even if we're joking the whole time, underwater, when you're in the dive, you should be taking everything very serious. Safety first, absolutely. You can joke afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to follow her, please do at Dive with Laura for memes, depth, and the occasional, what would I call it? Shark photo bomb or a manta or an eagle photo bomb
Maybe.
or I need a burger.
Oh, yes.
So until next time, dive safe, dive smart, and let the memes follow and send it to Laura.
Yeah, follow me.
And make sure it's not your face.
It was really nice talking to you again.
You too. Thank you so much. And we shall meet up for a dive soon.
Absolutely. Stay tuned.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening in.